So I wanted the Parliament to appreciate that part of what we are paying on that table is money to Democratic Republic of Congo. How did it arise? Because we were accused of looting, of killing, of damage.
We've gone back to the same on.
Order, please. Right Honorable Speaker has ruled.
Yeah.
And as a senior colleague whom we look at to guide us who are just starting out, when the Speaker has ruled, I only think that's only courteous that we follow the ruling of the Speaker and proceed.
Honorable colleagues, we will have a chance, to speak unlimited, okay? Let's stick to the report. And also a table can have explanatory notes if you wanted to give all those more details. For example, I can say like on contingency fund, you preferred to just write contingency fund, but on court awards, you put in bracket DRC and mandamus. You see, it was your option. You could have put in more details. So just let's conclude so that we don't derail the debate.
Mr. Speaker, I will now leave the table because it is causing some people to be restless. This information, Mr. Speaker, if you go below the table, actually I am presenting information as supplied to us by Minister of Finance. I am not the source. The 20.7 trillion amount for debt servicing in the budget framework paper is different from what is captured on the Minister of Finance website. Here, the total budget for debt servicing in the framework paper on their website is 21.612 trillion, which is a difference of 886.2 billion. The table below, all these tables are not my table. I didn't draw them. This one is by finance in the budget framework paper. Then they have another one on their website that has this information. And for NRM, this is expected. Parliament, I am inviting you, must take keen interest in Vote 130 to stop wasting taxpayers' money. For instance, the Auditor General report for 2023 noted that Vote 130 had an approved budget of 16.8 trillion, but lacked a vote strategic plan. That's on page 518. In the same year, the vote received a total supplementary budget of 46 billion to cater for commitment fees. In the same year, payments through this vote totaled to 286, which was paid to Ruoa Specialized Hospital based on unsupported. It's not linked to the other. So just for you to take note that this vote is used for many things, including paying penalty. So the year in the report of the Auditor General, we paid the penalty 286 billion based on unsupported completion certificate. That is page 518. In the latest report, which was presented to Parliament, the Auditor General says 2 trillion requested to service debt through supplementary was never released. And last year, it is this vote that government raided, the word is not raised, raided, to pay Magora 500 billion. So this vote is a cash cow for finance. They come here screaming on top of their voice that they want money to service public debt, when actually it is not the case. Before you approve this framework paper, you must order for a forensic audit on this vote. Because he has money there. So if they want to pay Magora, they just go there and pick and pay. If they want to pay Roko, they go there. That's what you did last year. Mr. Speaker, I go to domestic areas. There is a tendency to pay more attention to money directly borrowed from banks at the expense of goods and services supplied to government by our people. You know, this government borrows from everybody. It borrows stationery from Nkuruma Road, furniture from small shops, food from restaurants, and rents ordinary people's buildings. Doing this is not bad, but refusing to pay is bad manners. Money government owes ordinary people, commonly known as domestic areas, has now hit 14 trillion last financial year. It increased by 30% from 10 trillion 2023. And guess what? They have allocated a paltry 200 billion in the budget to cater for domestic areas. These areas include 260 billion in gratuity and pension. You have seen old people shed tears on television because of their unpaid pension and gratuity. Some people of Mr. Museveni's age die before receiving their pension. Finance claims that then biggest component of domestic area is 9.1 trillion owed to Bank of Uganda, which they have cleared. If it is true, because even this one we must find out, it means domestic areas now totals to over 5 trillion. Payment of domestic areas must be a top priority of next year's budget. People who borrowed money from banks with attendant interests. Does it make sense to capitalize Uganda Development Bank to lend to small enterprises and you refuse to pay them when they supply you? I think the intention is to kill businesses of indigenous people at the expense of Chinese and Indians. How comes any cabinet is paid on time, even for no work done? With this information, I invite Parliament to reject the whole of this budget framework paper because it does not comply with the Public Finance Management Act, the National Development Plan. The Minister of Finance should be instructed to submit another framework paper that complies with the law and addresses the many concerns of this House as outlined in the main report. Mr. Speaker and honorable members, I thank you very much for listening to me.
Thank you.